Hello, everyone. We tried not to cry when we had to announce the heartbreaking and deeply emotional news about ITV Loose Women star Linda Robson, a woman whose life, career, and candid honesty have touched millions across generations, both on and off the television screen. Known for her warmth, humour, and unfiltered truth, Linda has long been a fan favourite on Loose Women, the beloved British daytime panel show that gave women like her the platform to speak boldly about life, motherhood, fame, mental health, and the trials that so many face in silence. But what viewers didn't know was that behind her bright smile and clever quips, Linda had been silently battling a storm that few could imagine. And now, as the painful truth has emerged, fans and colleagues alike are stunned, heartbroken, and rallying in support. The news, confirmed through a statement issued with deep regret and compassion, details a sharp and unexpected turn in Linda's health and personal life, a situation she had managed to keep private for some time in order to protect her loved ones and maintain her own sense of dignity. For someone who has always worn her heart on her sleeve, this revelation feels especially raw. Linda has never shied away from being real on camera. Whether it was discussing her battles with depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or the grief she experienced after losing loved ones, she always made others feel less alone. But now, the woman who comforted so many is the one who needs our comfort. Over the last year, many began to notice that Linda's presence on Loose Women had become more sporadic. At first, viewers assumed it was scheduling conflicts or time off for personal reasons. But insiders now confirm that Linda had been dealing with a deep and worsening mental and physical health crisis that forced her to step away from public life in a way that was both painful and necessary. According to close sources and those who work closely with the show, Linda had been struggling with severe anxiety and recurring depressive episodes, conditions she had openly spoken about before, but which had now escalated to a point where daily functioning became an overwhelming challenge. Coupled with rumoured complications from ongoing physical ailments, the burden became too heavy to carry on her own. Her family, ever supportive, reportedly urged her to take time away to heal, away from the cameras, the bright lights, and the pressure to be on all the time. But it wasn't just about health. As Wallace, one of her dearest friends from her early acting days, later confirmed, Linda had also been facing a deeply personal crisis at home involving fractured relationships, unspoken grief, and a profound sense of loneliness that had crept in despite the noise of fame. She had always been the glue that held many together, her friends, her children, her castmates, but who was holding her together behind the scenes? That was the question she quietly wrestled with in solitude. In her darkest moments, it is now understood that Linda even questioned her own worth, wondering if she had anything left to offer after a lifetime in the spotlight. This candid vulnerability shocked many, especially those who saw her as a strong, no-nonsense figure from her birds-of-a-feather days to her commanding presence on the panel show. But the truth is, strength sometimes looks like asking for help. And Linda, in one of the bravest moves of her life, finally did. She entered a quiet, private phase of healing earlier this year, stepping back not just from Loose Women, but from all public engagements, and surrounded herself with trusted family and a small circle of friends who stood by her with love, patience, and faith. In recent weeks, her team made the difficult decision to share her journey more openly, not as a cry for attention, but as a message of solidarity with others walking similar paths. The announcement, while devastating, was made with Linda's full blessing and includes her heartfelt message to fans. "I'm still here, I'm still healing, and I'm still grateful for every bit of love you've shown me." Her words, though simple, carried the weight of someone who has walked through fire and is determined to rise again, even if slower than before. The public reaction has been nothing short of overwhelming. Social media has exploded with tributes, messages of love, and emotional recollections of how Linda inspired loose women, many of whom had held back tears during recent episodes, have now openly shared their heartache, expressing just how deeply her absence has been felt and how dearly they long to see her well again. But perhaps the most powerful takeaway from this moment isn't just the sadness of the news, it's the hope embedded within it. Linda Robson, even in the shadows of despair, is still teaching us something vital: that healing is not linear, that public figures are human, and that no one should be ashamed of needing time, space, and support. Her story is not over, not by a long shot. And though we tried not to cry while sharing this deeply painful update, it's impossible not to feel moved by her courage and the love she continues to inspire. As she walks this difficult path toward recovery, we walk with her, uplifted by the very strength she has so often given to others. Linda Robson may be out of the public eye for now, but her spirit, her legacy, and her honesty shine brighter than ever. Thanks for watching.